Hello there, guys, and welcome back to Reborn with Michael Watson. Today, I want to talk about how I literally exited this simulation, the matrix, if you want to call it, and started to create my own experiences and a life of my dreams, actually. And it was interesting, the discovery of what the pathway was came to me again yesterday when I was coaching at this client of mine's gym. I was coaching his team. So I want to go into it today. Forgive my voice today because basically I thought I was a bit of a legend yesterday in London. And so now I've got not a lot of my voice left. So we're going to go into it anyway. But so before I do that, if you like Spirituality Simplified, please consider like, sharing and subscribing and join my free Facebook group, The Healing Circle. I'm about to add some amazing trainings on there for free. So if you're into this stuff, jump over there now because it's going to be, you know me, if you know my YouTube channel, I give you the tools. I just give them to you. Anyway, so let's go into it. So I realized what actually helped me exit this simulation and start to create it is firstly understanding that it is a simulation. It is something fluid. Something interesting that came up to me the other day in the Source documentary with Dr. Joe Dispenza was he reminded me of the fact that an atom is 99.9% energy. So we are perceiving only a very small amount of reality. We're perceiving 0.1% of the actual expression of reality. This really does prove that we are living in an energetic simulation, really, because there is so many other forces that we don't even take in until we start to awaken. Here's what I did, though. So I'm going to give you the pathway. What I realized, even coaching the clients yesterday, even doing this, is that what keeps you locked into reality is the fact that you're living in your emotional past and bringing it into your current, present reality. So many people are making decisions from their emotions. They're making decisions from how they feel. They're reacting to life. They're just reacting all the time. So they go from emotion to emotion. There's never a chance for them to be at peace or aligned to the truth, which is life is just an experience, a flowing, free-flowing experience, right? So every time I react and I go from my emotional past, because that's what a reaction is. A reaction is your emotional past showing up in this moment. Because if you had no past, and if you had no ego or identity, you're just present, you would never react to anything. That's what I want to say. Let me grab a little bit of water. You would never react to anything. So what you have to understand is that when you are living in that reaction, you are literally condensing reality into something solid. You're making it the way that it seems. You're saying that the God of my life is my reality. This is what you need to change. You see, it says in the Bible, worship no other God but me. Don't make gods of other people, experiences, or things. Everything we give our energy to and our reactions to, we make a god of it. And here's what I mean. So in this gym that I was working with, we were working on the idea of their mind around these programs that they had and these targets they had to reach. And we realized that they were perceiving it as an expensive thing, which then meant it doesn't matter how much they come to the client and say, this is what it is. In the back of their mind, their energy says, this is too expensive. So it wasn't, because we broke down the deal. It was very good for value for money. But it doesn't matter what is true. It matters what you believe in life. So what I started to teach them, and I'm going to teach you, is that you have to recognize it's your feelings around the situation that give it meaning. You get to choose that, though. You get to decide how you feel. See, I teach people how to master their emotions for that simple fact that you need to that's the key to creating your reality. When you become at peace, when you flow with life, you evoke the divine intelligence that works through everything. Think about it, man. Without any conscious awareness from me, this literal planet exists. The human condition exists. Babies are born without the conscious awareness of their mother. My hair grows without me thinking about it. My food digests. There is so much intelligence working through life. But I'm egotistical enough, if I'm not aware, to think that it needs to go exactly how I want for it to mean that something good's going to happen. Do you see what I mean? So it's that level of control that comes from your emotional past, that comes up in your reaction, which means you try to control everything, to protect yourself. So when something seems perceivably bad, you act on the emotion. I have a number one rule that you need to take from this video. Never take action from fear. This keeps you in a hardened reality, and it's always going to end up in some form of trouble. That doesn't mean don't take action. It means simply let go of the emotion around the situation that is bothering you first. You do that by observing the emotion physically on your body, and it releases. This is the beauty of it. Then you find this chilling, wonderful, beautiful inner peace. Peace is the creative force. Think about it. Does water need you to be grateful for it to exist? Does water need you to be in a high vibe emotion for it to do what it does? No, there is laws to life. The laws of mind, the laws of life, the life principle, as Joseph Murphy calls it. So we must learn to align with that life principle rather than fight it. And every time you react, you fight that life principle and you make the simulation a hardened reality. But every time that you let go of an emotion and you find peace around a situation, you make the simulation fluid. Now you have the chance to become intentional towards that simulation, which I have been doing over the last few years. I live exactly how I speak on this channel. And my life has transformed in ways that is quite undeniable, I have to say. I am now someone who can lovingly. I was out last night with my brother-in-law, probably why I've got a slight sore throat, because I never really go out, so I'm a lightweight, you know. But I went out with my brother-in-law in London for a little bit, and I was able to treat him to it, because I've been able to change the simulation that I actually have access to finances, that I can treat the ones I love with. I access the healing principle within me, and I'll do it again for this throat. But I access the healing principle within me to heal myself from my chronic throat pain. I had stomach digestive issues, hair loss, which you can see is not apparent anymore, and multiple other things. There is a life principle. You have to realize reality is not something that needs so much of your attention. It is just an experience, and experiences can be molded and manipulated to how you want. Now, we do that without controlling. We do that by aligning to the spiritual truths of life, to the life principle, to the divine, to God, whatever you want to call it. Give it over to God. Take your ego out of it, man. Don't think it needs to go the way you expect for you to think that it's going to happen. Once you declare something, once you have a desire, that is a stir from the divine that says you deserve something more. Just trust that it's going to come. Doesn't matter when, doesn't matter how. It's not if, it's just when. So I'm chilling. You see what I mean? Trust in that. Trust that life loves you. Start to believe that life really wants to work for you, because it does. It does. Do you notice how if you left a motorway and you didn't trim the plants along the way, they will take it over eventually. Life finds a way, just the way that you'll always find a solution when you align to that life principle. And this is how I changed the simulation. I realized my emotional reactions were hardening this reality that I didn't want. So I started to become at peace. I didn't react anymore. Now I could become intentional. And I became intentional, and I trusted that intention with a gentle knowing. There's no energy from you, excess energy from you required. You do not add power to the omnipotent. You align to it. I hope this answers that question for you guys. Thank you. And listen, come join my free Facebook group. I'll go a bit deeper into it in the next couple of days. Take care, guys. I will see you there.